Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are taking a look at what your spirit guides want you to know. To do this reading, I will be pulling out 3 cards from this deck, but as always, if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. All right, so I feel like our cards are ready. Let me pull 3 cards from this part right there. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile number 3, and check what we have for today's reading. For pile 1, you've got the 7 of Wands. There we go. For pile number 2, you've got the 3 of Swords. And for pile number 3, you've got the Page of Wands. If you prefer to pick your piles or pile using your crystal, then let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you've got the Labradorite. For pile number 2, you've got the Sodalite point. And for pile number 3, you've got the Carnelian. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. As I always advise you, in case you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. It will always guide you to the right message that you're meant to hear, specifically today about something that your spirit guides want you to know. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times, which will take you straight to your reading. And also note that in a moment, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you do not prefer, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your signs, then my dear soul family, as you know, this part of the introduction was created specifically for you guys. In a moment, after the shuffling, I will be drawing out 4 signs for each pile. Okay, I think we're pretty much ready. Let's start drawing out your signs. So for pile number 1, the signs are Taurus, Sagittarius, Leo, as well as Libra. For pile number 2, the signs are Virgo, Cancer, Aquarius, as well as Gemini. And for pile number 3, the signs are Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, as well as Capricorn. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I, of course, highly recommend you check out the 3. But once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times. It'll take you straight to your reading. By the way, if you prefer to pick your piles using other placements in your chart, please feel free to do that. These are just different ways for you to enjoy picking your pile, to offer you different ways for you to use your intuition or what you feel drawn to using or what resonates for you to use when it comes to picking your pile. But at the end of the day, how you prefer to pick your piles is the way to go, always. And my dear soul family, take your time. I'll leave you with the crystals, the cards, and the signs for a little while, and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at what your spirit guides want you to know. And to do this reading, I want to divide it into 3 parts so that we get an understanding of the situation that or the topic that your guides want to talk to you about in today's reading. This one moved, so I'm going to put it here. And then we'll be taking a look at what they want you to know with regards to the situation. And finally, in the last draw, we're going to be taking a look at what your guidance is. So these are the decks that I'll be using in your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them down in the description box for you guys. Okay, so very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Labradorite. Ooh, look at that. They definitely called for my attention. Right. So your significator card is the 7 of Wands. And of course, if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, oh, look, 2 more slid out. So how do we do this? We do that. So if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, in that case, the signs for this pile are Taurus, Sagittarius, Leo, and Libra. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. All right, so let's keep the guidance here. Let's keep the main message of what they want you to know here. And let's first take a quick look at the topic that your guides are referring to, the situation perhaps that your guides are referring to. So you've got Saturn in Aquarius with eccentricity. Like, I always like to wait before I start analyzing, but with eccentricity, it seems like your guides are referring to a situation in your life that is starting to feel weird and look weird. You're probably wondering, like, why, what is going on? Is kind of the energy I'm feeling here. Perhaps with the 7 of Wands being your significator card, your guides are talking about a challenge that you're going through. And maybe with the 7 of Wands as well, so many things are being thrown your way with regards to this challenge that it's starting to feel weird. Maybe you're starting to even think that everything is conspiring against you to either move forward or overcome this specific challenge. But let's wait and see. So, ooh, really nice. So you've got happiness. Remember, this is still within the topic, not the guidance or what they want you to know yet. So you've got happiness and you've got beryl. In fact, I feel like together they're saying it's robbing happiness from you, this situation. It's making you empty. I feel like you're very much looking forward to that to work out, for that to work out. And because you are, it seems like because you're lacking that which you're looking forward towards, which you feel is really going to make you happy, and that could be something within love, money, goals, very specific. It doesn't have to be, but it's making you feel a little bit empty, or it's robbing happiness from you now. although you feel like it's going to make you happy in the future, the important thing, as we can see here, is that it's robbing happiness from you now. The cards fell. Let me bring them before we finish the reading. I saw them, but I'm not going to reveal them now. And let's continue with your tarot cards. So, with regards to this situation, you've got the Seven of Swords. It's very tricky, do you see, with the Seven of Swords? It feels like you're putting in so much effort, and knowing that the Seven of Swords is a card sometimes pertaining to war. And I mentioned the war because of the Seven of Wands, like so many things fighting against you. You feel like there is unfairness here when it comes to this war. It's not a typical war or a struggle. The two sevens here, it's not a typical war, it's not a typical struggle, but you're not able to move forward because the sevens are associated with the Chariot. And so you're trying to move towards that which makes you happy. Something keeps being taken from you unfairly in a weird way. It is definitely a weird situation. Look at how this figure here has two different footwear, which makes me feel like you're very flexible, by the way. I feel that the situation is getting weirder, but you're adapting. So what's going on now is like, okay, fine. You're very open-minded. You're like, okay, I'm not going through with this person, or I'm not going through with that situation. You know what? I'm going to take a shortcut and I'm going to do it like this. So I have this sense that you don't think traditionally, especially with Aquarius energy here. The footwear, you're like, okay, didn't work with when it came to taking that step. I'm going to take that step, and still there is weirdness going on with this situation. Also, another thing I'm noticing with parler au portier is like talk to this porter, but this person took a shortcut and is already taking what they want. So I kind of feel like there is a lack of truthfulness. It's not direct. The situation that your guides are showing you. It could be that you're dealing with people who are not really maybe direct, are not entirely honest. And it seems like at the moment you're trying to work around that. You're like, okay, fine, you're not direct, you're not honest. I'm going to try and distract you. I'm going to try to find another way. So overall, all I'm trying to say, we got so deep into that card. All I'm trying to say is that there isn't much directness. There's a lot of weirdness going on in the situation that your guides are referring to. But you're equally flexible. So that's a good thing. What's going on here is that you are very flexible, is what I'm noticing in both cards from different decks. So you've got the Ace of Wands, the Magician, the King of Swords, as well as there's an act. Do you see? There's a huge act here going on. What's going on here? But in contrast, the King of Swords is very truthful, very direct, very honest. And you've got the Nine of Pentacles, which talks about a wish fulfillment. So yeah, you're really looking forward to that wish. It speaks to your heart. When you hear it, when you think about it, it makes you so happy. But it seems like you're stuck in some kind of weird situation that is preventing you from getting there. Look at that. This doorman is counting their money. It makes me feel like you're dealing with someone who only cares maybe specifically about money, or you're dealing with someone or something that only cares about what they're getting. You don't feel like there is a connection going on here, or yeah, the directness you're looking for. You're playing along, Not because you want to play along, but you're being intelligent about it, you're persevering. You seem, as with the King of Swords, that you would rather things be direct and honest. That's who you are as a character. That's what you wish things were. But you're also a very open-minded person, which is also the King of Swords. You're a very open-minded person, and you're like, I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to begin this with the Ace of Wands. You're very passionate about this, and you're trying to find all of these shortcuts. And although everything that you're doing seems to be intelligent, here it looks like it is robbing happiness from you. What you're doing, to anyone watching, is super inspiring, very inspirational. You're strong, you're grounded. It's beautiful energy that I'm seeing here. Your guides showing us. You're strong, you've got this mental fortitude of, I'm not stepping out. You can see the legs here. I'm standing my ground. I'm not leaving this. I genuinely care so much about specifically something starting with the Ace of Wands. It seems like it's the inception of something that you're trying to do. You're desperately trying to make something start, be born, be created, come into existence in the first place. You're really hoping for this. And the reason you're standing there, making sure you don't back down, is because at the back of all of this, your heart genuinely wants this. You really care about this. But sadly, although you want this so much because it's going to make you happy, at the moment, it is robbing happiness from you. Okay, well, that's what I see as your main situation. We don't want to spend so much time here, but it was important for us to see how at least your guides are showing it to us. Now it's time to get to the main message. What is it that your spirit guides want you to know about this specific situation? So, you've got Saturn in Taurus with ostentation. You've got the Tower, solid foundation, success with effort. And you've got marriage. All right, how about we push these now a little bit up so we give space for these, right? All right. You also have, let's split the deck. This one slid off actually. Ooh, nice. We were just talking about the Chariot. So you've got the Chariot and it's right under the 7. So nice. That definitely says a lot about what we're about to explore in your spirit guide's message. 7, you've got the Chariot, you've got the High Priestess. Ooh. And that is an interesting High Priestess. Right. You've got the Hierophant and the High Priestess. Oh my God. And look at all of these beautiful bugs here and how they're aligned with the High Priestess. This is definitely showing us a lot. Very interesting message. My dear pile number 1, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. And look at the cards. Isn't this directly talking about listen to what we have to say in your reading today sort of message? Or listen to the messages we've been sending you, perhaps? And you've got the Queen of Pentacles. There will be so much to go around. There's so much to go around. It could be talking about the mindset of abundance, or that you'll have so much that you'll be able to give so many of the people around you. In any case, I got a strong feeling. I don't know yet about Saturn in Taurus, but I think Taurus could also be talking about the solid foundation here. But let's get straight into what I'm noticing. Your guides want you to know that the movement, although very slow, it is a movement forward. You see the snail in your chariot? And that answers the question of why aren't things moving? It is moving, but it is moving rather slow. Why? Because I'm sure you guessed it. Your guides want you to move with this pace for now because it is helping you build a very strong foundation that will later help you with very important things that you definitely don't see coming. Consider this stage as your learning stage. This is the stage. Do you see how the high priestess goes, shh, there's so much that you can't hear, even with your strong intuition? Because I was so shocked when I saw the high priestess and the Hierophant. I was like, whoa, we're dealing with a highly spiritual person who's like the cards. You're connected. You've been getting your guidance really well, or you've been following your guidance. Look, this is a student who's attentively listening to their guidance. And so it's like, that's what I need to know. Attentively listening. So you're listening well. You're doing a great job, and I'm sure you're listening, because look at how your guides are describing you here. Being intelligent, being patient, going, okay, if it's not working this way, I understand, I'll make it work in another way. In fact, your guides are talking about how what you're doing is inspirational. If others see the way you're doing things, they would absolutely be inspired with that type of patience and mental maneuvering that you're doing, and how you're standing your ground. But despite how you're listening to your guidance and how you're super intuitive and all of that we discussed, there's so much that you do not see coming about this path that you are seeking. It looks all blossomy and beautiful to you now, but the journey itself has so many things that you're not expecting. And if your guides don't do you the favor of making you move slow to grasp the learnings that you want to learn now, to have that solid foundation, so that when all of these aligned things appear, you're like, I'm ready for you. I didn't waste all of that time in the very beginning for nothing. And that is happening. That will happen because you've been listening well to your guidance. One day with the Queen of Pentacles, you're going to be so abundant within that energy that you're seeking, that you will be able to not just satisfy yourself, but satisfy all of those either people that you care about, maybe even your children, or the causes that you genuinely care about. But you gotta be patient. Because as you can see from the very beginning of your journey, it's tricky. Imagine later on down the road. Imagine the sort of things you're dealing with now. Isn't it a peek into your future on how much you need to know to handle things down the line that you have absolutely no idea about? And so it's almost like it is a time to put your ducks in a row. Put your ducks in a row, so that when things start getting heavy and they start showing themselves with ostentation, pew, 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 you've got a structure, you're disciplined, you've accomplished so much that you're like, hey, that's not so profound to me. I have a strong foundation. What do you need? There you go. Thank you so much. Goodbye. What do you need? Oh, I got that. There you go. What are you complaining about? This and that. No problem. Here you go. And that's what it is, getting all your ducks in a row. It's exactly like, the 5 P's. Wait, let me remember the sequence of them. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Exactly that. I don't know what it is that you're trying to do here, but you're trying to make something work. Whatever that is, whether this is a relationship with someone, or it's a project that you're working on, or you're trying to get results for something that you care about. It is starting off rough, but you are lucky, and it may be crazy, but you are very fortunate that it's starting off rough, because it just means that all of these issues that you are going to be dealing with anyway down the line is being brought to your attention now so that you can establish that foundation to be practical later on, so that when they do show themselves, you've already committed to that foundation. I want to say committed to a great system, committed to something that is structured, that is proper, that makes you accomplish these things just like that. And so listen to your guidance for now. Don't let it rob your happiness from you. Yes, you're going to be not just lucky, you're going to be very fortunate. Later on, you're going to feel like everything is working to your favor with the Wheel of Fortune to make this wish come true for you. Because the Queen of Pentacles is a queen that lives in the realms of her dreams because she made it happen. So what you're hoping for now is something that you're going to live in. That happiness that you're seeking, you are going to live in, and you're going to be even passing it on to others, sharing that happiness with others. But the most important thing that your spirit guides want you to know is that these issues that you're dealing with now are going to show up with ostentation. They're going to show up anyway. And it's better to have all of these issues show up at the conception so that you can quickly deal with it, so that they're presented to you in small little drops. Imagine like a vaccine, for example, so that you understand what this is all about. Build the proper structure so that no big issues happen later on, so that you don't go through karma that you don't want, so that you don't face fears that are bigger maybe than that you don't want to face later on. And if we all are given the choice, would you rather deal with a little bit of it now and put that structure, or be given the huge energy later on? I think we will all choose to get it now, get it done with, get that little thing, understand the whole situation from it, and then be able to do the bigger thing. It's almost like how our teachers in school, of course, used to give us homeworks when we used to do math, and we start off with the little equations. And when we understand these little equations, later on, we're able to take on the bigger ones and go, let me think about it. Well, this part here is this part here is this part here is that. And you find yourself looking at a big equation that you're able to break down easily and solve and go, yada, 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 done easily, I did it. It's that sort of energy that I'm seeing here for you. Because what you're definitely not seeing here is the line up of many, let's call them issues, that will arise. And that's not because this is bad energy to your situation. That's because what you're wishing for, that's just the path for it. If one is well informed, they're going to be preparing themselves in that manner from the very beginning. It's kind of like you're getting getting to do what experienced people would do anyway in the beginning, because they know what you're being bombarded with now. That's exactly, my dear pile number one, what I see as your guides want you to know about this situation. And always remember, the High Priestess is all about managing two energies into one. That's why the High Priestess is the number 2. Not just focusing on one energy and hating the other, or focusing on one and hating the other. It's about acknowledging that there exists two opposing energies, and it is our job, just like the High Priestess, to accept them and learn to integrate them into one. That's the true wisdom into getting anything done, including your spiritual growth in life. So, also another thing about the High Priestess, she holds the Torah, or she holds scriptures, showing us that she is the keeper of secrets, the keeper of hidden knowledge. And we always are reminded that, especially with this combo right there, that there's so much that you don't know, but when you are ready, the right knowledge shall arise to you to to teach you well how to deal with a situation. You're able to connect with that hidden and secret knowledge when you realize that you want to accept both and go, what do I do with it? And while you are absolutely so much into that energy, by the way, that's why your guides are saying you're an inspiration to many, but the weakness here is that it's robbing from your happiness. Do you sometimes find yourself going, it looks like it's not going to happen for me. I feel so sad. I'm not able to have the energy to move on. Question yourself. Maybe it's not going to happen for me. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I should give up. Any sort of robbing thoughts. But remember, you're really being acknowledged for the wonderful. You're not like absolutely oblivious that you have to deal with that energy, but there is something about the why. Why is this happening to me? Is it really gonna work? With the sevens here is the first thing I thought of was the Chariot. Is it gonna move forward? Is this like trying to stop me? Should I stop? Whatever thought is robbing your happiness, here your guys just want to show you in the cards today why this is all happening, so that your motivational levels, your happiness levels, most importantly, don't drop in the way that it does. Remember, this is your lucky events all happening now, so that you don't have to deal with it later. Okay, all showing up now for that strong foundation, so that things move very smoothly in a very profound way when you need it down the line. Okay, so that's what I see as your message. Very quickly, like I'm just going to take 3 cards, like these cards, as well as 3 cards. I just want to take a look at quick guidance for you, my dear pile number 1, on how to deal with this situation. I'm sure your guides are going to give you something so substantial to work with. So you've got the Sun in Virgo with health. You've got Mercury in Pisces with inspiration. You've got dog barking, advice from a friend. Bird flying, news is on the way. Really nice. And you've got bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Isn't that nice? I think you can already see. News is on the way. You're gonna excel at solving this challenge that you're currently going through, these challenges. So much so that it's gonna cause a loud roar. Perhaps many are, because you've got something about many looking at you, many hearing about you or something, many hearing about the situation. Your success is going to be so loud, it's going to be heard. You're very soon going to be proud of yourself and dancing with happiness, extreme happiness, because you've managed to overcome such challenges. Okay, but let's take a look at your guidance. You've got the 2 of Wands. I heard something in my mind about your vision being correct. I don't know what that is, but if you have a vision, if you're like imagining something, I should do this, I should do that, this is going to be successful for you. You've got the 6 of Swords. Unbelievable. And you've got the Knight of Wands. 6 of Swords is a transition. And although this is guidance, I feel like your guidance now is more about giving you a glimpse into the future, because it could help motivate you. So I almost feel like some kind words from your guides, letting you know, take care of you, take care of your health. That's the most important thing. But do know that there is good news on the way. You're really trying left, right, and center. There's good news on the way. You will cross successfully to the other side with the vision that you have at the moment. Yeah, look at that. There's news on the way. There's definitely news on the way with the Knight of Wands that will make you so excited and will make you feel like going from what's going on to, oh my God, I'm in such a unique situation or such a unique position. But the key here is follow your vision. There's something about what you're seeing at the moment. You're like, because remember from the very beginning, you seem to be someone who adapts so well. You're like, okay, fine. It's not working that way. We're not going to fight. Let me do it this way. Let me do it that way. So you come across as an intelligent person who's a visionary. Your guides are saying you're on the right track. Follow your vision. Just don't panic. Don't let it rob your happiness. Be patient. And very soon you will be celebrating. It's almost like promise. You will be celebrating. You will feel like everything is working to your favor to make you achieve that wish. It's going to be slow in the beginning with the Six of Swords. It's a slow transition, but you are moving towards calmer water. It's coming together, my dear pile number 1. And very soon, there's news on the way that will make you very excited and will make you feel like you're in a really unique position. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see as what your spirit guides want you to know. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at what your spirit guides want you to know. I will be dividing your reading into 3 parts to, first of all, explore the exact situation that your guides want to talk about, whether in your life or not. And then the middle part will be taking a look at exactly what it is that your guides want you to know. And then I'll be taking a very small message towards the end to check out your guidance. Okay, so these are the cards that I will be using in your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, do note that I always list them down in the description box for you. Okay, so let's put the guidance to the side, as well as the main message, and take a look at the current situation or the exact situation that your guides want to talk to you about, whether in your life or not. Let's see what it is. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Sodalite point. Your significator card is the 3 of Swords. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Virgo, Cancer, Aquarius, as well as Gemini. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Follow your intuition if this is your preferred method, always. And if after the reading you felt called to watching the pile with your sign, you can always do that. All right, so let's now take a look at the exact situation that your guides are referring to in today's reading. You've got Venus in Gemini with flattery. Something changed maybe because you've got the god Janus looking towards the past and the future. In any case, very early, I must wait. You've got the King of Swords. Here it says the winner. Okay. Playing chess. Very fitting. You've got the Page of Pentacles. Preparing a yummy cappuccino. I forgot to check this one out. Axe forces working against you. Okay, right. You've got the High Priestess. I love the energy here. I'll tell you why in a second. You've got the Tower cards. Something happened here. Something happened. It was a shock for some of you. Okay. and you're really sad about it. Like, why did that happen? The Justice card. So your guides, oh, this one's sliding out. Let's take it. So your guides are referring to something with the Justice card. It almost feels like it's outside of your hands that happened, that you feel terribly sad about. That's the significator card with the Three of Swords. In a moment, something you were not expecting, it seems. And you've got the Page of Swords. Was it really outside of your hands? Because actually the Justice card is pointing towards, how can I say this? Lack of responsibility, or maybe you are pointing your fingers towards someone who was not responsible. I think there's this idea of, if it wasn't for this lack of irresponsibility, this would not have happened. Perhaps because you do see yourself in very high regard. So I don't think this is you pointing at yourself, because we still didn't look at the message yet when it comes to your spirit guides. We're just looking at the situation they're referring to. Target a goal-oriented person. So obviously, okay. So it looks to me with the King of Swords, you were very prepared. You planned everything well. You worked hard. You're a target-oriented, goal-oriented person. I think you've done everything that is in your hands and more. You've acted very responsibly here. But there's something that you did not foresee with the High Priestess. All you can rely on is yourself. That you made sure that you do it in the best way, in the best regard. You can see the reflection of this girl is very well dressed. It's kind of like you're prepared for the occasion kind of thing. You're very well prepared. You respect your job, or you respect your part, whatever that is, very well. Planned, did what was necessary. You were savvy, and bam, something huge works against you, and it seems like you're very sad about it. The reason you're so sad, in fact frustrated, is because you're, on one hand, you're so responsible, you've done what's right. On the other hand, you feel like, how can someone or something act in such an irresponsible way, ruining some valuable things like that? Don't they know that these things are untouched, that you don't come near this or that? Don't they know how to act more responsibly? How can this person or this company or these people act in such a irresponsible way? You're so sad about that, and it breaks your heart. Did we put some cards together here? What did I do? Oh. I think each one had its own card. Right. That means stop moving things around. Right. So, yes, you are very sad because it feels unfair. The situation here is that it feels unfair. You've done your part more than you've exceeded expectations on your part. And you're like, how can it be spoiled like that? Because that is with the God Janus here, something that happened in a split of a second, like a moment in time where it was going in a certain way, and then something happens where it starts going in another way. You know, this reminds me of the god Thor, because of the axe. I know it's not an axe, but it just reminds me of the god Thor. Thor is associated with Thursday. So perhaps, I know that's a very specific detail, but I was just reminded of it. Something happened on a Thursday. In fact, something could have happened on a Wednesday leading to Thursday, or Wednesday and Thursday, because one eye reminds me of Odin, which is Mr. Wednesday. Odin is associated with Wednesday. So something about Wednesday, Thursday, since we're talking about timing, I don't know, just something there. But in any case, in any case, you're really frustrated. That is the current situation. We don't want to spend more time there because it's really all about what your spirit guides want you to know. So please don't take timing unless it absolutely resonates with you. But that is, yeah, what I'm seeing here. You're so sad about something. Something is not fair here. Okay. So let's take a look at your guide's message, or what they want you to know specifically with regards to what happened here. So you've got the moon in Capricorn with practicality. Do you see it keep coming up as being organized, hardworking, and doing what needs to get done here? Working hard. So sorry about that. I really am. I know how it feels like to work very hard and just feel like something is unfair, perhaps. So again, I'm very sorry about that. You got success. Really nice. Okay, really cool. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. Let's take this section right there and see what your message is. So you've got the Queen of Swords. And by the way, this card, I think with right next to the Knight of Swords, maybe. It's right next to another card. It spells out wow. So you've got the Queen of Swords. The Seven of Cups would let me think. Ooh, yummy. Indian and Italian food. Yum, yum. What else? Japanese food. Thai. This person's having the time of their life. Okay, so you've got the Seven of Cups. You've got the Sun card. Start up. Ooh, so nice. This person's jumping in happiness up and down. There is success. No, it's first prize. And look, there was something that we were supposed to notice. Remember when I told you here it says the winner? Maybe you can't see all of it, but we're starting to see it here. The Sun card. You've got the Seven of Wands, right? Setting boundaries. You've got the Four of Pentacles. You're being careful with what you have, protecting yourself well. Ooh, and you've got the Two of Cups, which is really nice because the Two of Cups is a card of harmony. So things starting to work in harmony. I would say, if it wasn't working out, I think with the two faces, the other side, you could be leaving someone, leaving something irresponsible here, and finding another type of energy, which could be a person, a company, or whatever the situation is about. This time there is a lot of harmony going on. That's the Two of Cups. So don't fear is what your guides are saying. You might be feeling really sad now, but your hard work is not going to go to waste. You're going to find a lot of success. In fact, you are going to be moving towards celebration with that hard work. I say that because the Queen of Swords here is getting ready to get dressed. Perhaps here she's done something amazing and she's invited for a party that she generally cares about. So I would say maybe it feels disappointing now. Maybe it feels like things are crumbling down, but your hard work is not going to waste. It's going to be absolutely preserved with the Queen of Swords for you, that hard work. And I say that because the Queen of Swords is secure in her position and her power. And this is where I'm getting the idea that your hard work is secure. Many things could have gone wrong, but your hard work not going anywhere. It's safe, it's protected. And there is something in this reading about you getting ready for a prize. The winner prize, first prize. It doesn't have to be, but maybe you're going to be first at something, leading at something. You're going to be winning at something, it depends on what this reading is about, you're going to be winning. You're going to be a winner, is what I can say. Your guides want to tell you your hard work is preserved. Not so much so that with the Seven of Cups, you're going to be lucky in that you will have not just one winning option, but many options to choose from, either due to your winning or you're going to win several things, and you're going to be so blessed and jumping up and down and excited to the extent where you're going to go, I don't even know what to choose from. I mean, I don't know which one to choose. I've got so many fancy options. Do I take this? Do I take that? I feel like you're now in a more relaxed place, the place you genuinely deserve, because you really worked hard. You deserve to be sitting down like that and going, I don't know, being spoiled. I would say this card is talking about how you're being spoiled, which is such a far cry from the situation you are in now. You will really be spoiled, and you will have the power with the Seven of Wands to preserve what is important for you. To go, no, I don't accept that. You're not going to give me that hard time. You're not going to give me, it could be work. You're not going to give me that work I don't like. It could be, you're not going to give me responsibilities that I should carry that are not mine. Especially that you're acting very responsible versus something or someone else here. So you will be so spoiled with options that you will be able to preserve what is important for you, because someone here, something here definitely didn't respect a type of energy that you gave them at all. This is like appalling, if you ask me. The type of lack of responsibility, lack of feeling like, maybe I shouldn't, that's not a good idea or something. So you will have the power to protect what now is important and to go, no, I don't accept that. I will not let that happen. That doesn't work with me. Now that you're spoiled with all of these fancy options, with startup here, something is finally going to kick off. You're a goal-oriented person, so you have a goal, and some goal is going to start launching. You know, this could be talking actually about the future. Maybe this is talking about how, please take timing with a grain of salt, guys, but maybe when, like next Wednesday, next Thursday, you might find some exciting news. Please take it with a grain of salt. I could be right about the timing. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it's not what it wants to say. But what it is definitely showing is that now you're working with someone or something, and it's more harmonious. You have the power to protect what is important to you. Something is finally kicking off towards your goal. You're being celebrated. You're winning. And you have so many options to choose from. Success is in the cards for you. Most importantly, that hard work that you cared so much about that others didn't respect, your guides are saying that is absolutely respected and untouched. So before I continue, I just want to see, how is that untouched for you? How is that preserved for you? The Lover's card. Queen of Pentacles. You know the Queen, I always tell you guys, Three of Wands, finally, Empress. Queen of Pentacles is someone who lives in the realm of her own dreams. There's something about your hard work will not be gone to waste, because it will be admired with the Lover's card. It will be admired. There's something about you doing something beautiful, Empress, Queen of Pentacles. There's something about you caring a lot about what you do, making sure it is done with love, it is done with mastery, it is done to perfection. And that type of energy will be noticed by others, admired by others, and you will have so many who want to collaborate with you because of that great work, maybe want to be part of that either success or part of that energy or part of this mastery, part of this sophistication. There's something about the Three of Wands, something launching well despite of everything, because you're doing a proper job. Something working anyway because of all of that energy and love you put into it. And that is attracting a lot of attention. So don't really focus on what's going on now in terms of how you feel about it emotionally. You are still going to reach your target despite the forces that you feel are working against you at the moment. And also, there's something about how your situation is going to change due the right type of communication, maybe right time, the right people connecting together, which is going to happen for you. And I say that because Odin is associated with the planet Mercury, communication. So there's something about the right people coming together, making each one presenting something, making something launch, the right person in the right place kind of thing. And the Empress is abundance, and Thor is associated with the planet Jupiter. So you've got abundance here. So the right people coming together, do you see it? Will bring abundance, the right harmony, because you've been, it seems like the wrong people have been wreaking havoc. I feel like what you need to know is that you will be connected to the right people. You'll be connecting, connecting with the right people. Now there is harmony, and this will bring abundance for everyone. So that is what's going on. As for your hard work, don't worry. It's preserved. It's not gone to waste. You will be soon living out your dream and enjoying it. The child, the pregnancy, where else? Something about startup. Yes, startup. That thing that you're trying to begin or grow, whatever that is going to happen for you. Right. So last thing I want to ask before we move on is, why do you keep being presented as a winner? What are you winning here? What's the winning presenting for pile number 2, please? 6 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, as well as the 10 of Cups. There's something about competition for sure in your reading, because the 2 of Pentacles, you've got different phones. This girl is trying to choose the right phone as she compares between the one she's holding and the different ones on display. So there's something about competition here. Are you in a competition of some sort? There's something about you winning the competition and feeling abundant. There's something about you within this competition feeling like you're sacrificed. It was dark, only to suddenly open your eyes and find yourself in the light. Open your eyes to the fact, the opposite fact, that you are now in complete abundance, like the other end of the spectrum. Feeling like you cannot believe the type of abundance and winning that's happening here within this competition. And there is something about, which one is it with the 6 of Cups? Uniting. Recognition. Yes. There's something about recognition here. although the Six of Cups is not entirely about, it's not recognition, but I'm really feeling here that this is talking about recognition. It is a card about joy, right? So I would say the joy of recognition. Yeah, so you're being recognized for sure. I felt like this Queen of Swords was being celebrated. So there is like you winning the competition, being recognized over night and day, which seems to be something in your reading here, over night and day. That shift may be between a Wednesday and a Thursday. Perhaps over night and day, your situation shifts to full-blown abundance. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here as what your spirit guides want you to know. But I also want to take a look at, did we see these cards? Yes. But I also want to take a look at their guidance for you with regards to the situation. Yeah, let's see what they're guiding you with during that important time as your situation shifts that in such a dramatic way here. I almost feel like don't be sad. Wipe your tears. Don't be sad. Everything you've worked hard towards is preserved. You're moving towards success. Don't worry about it. Okay, so your cards are Saturn. Your guidance, my apologies, are the cards Saturn in Aquarius with eccentricity. You've got Moon, changes in your life. Do you see? You know, there is today a partial lunar eclipse. If you're watching this now, this is talking about how things are starting to change with this supermoon. It's in Pisces, I believe. It's moving you towards your north node with Pisces. It's a time of major manifestations. And it's coming in the weirdest way. It is a spiritual moon, this one. So you will be seeing many weird things happening that you're not expecting. Okay, let's see your guidance and why this fits into your guidance. But just know that your guides want to let you know about the energy, your energy, how you're being affected astrologically. This full moon is big for you. If you're watching this later, I, of course, don't know what's going on at that time, but do know that the weather, so to speak, has a huge effect on what's going on in your life at the moment. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards to finally see your guidance very quickly. You've got the King of Pentacles. Look at that. Do you see? There's something about abundance here for you. Remember the Ten of Pentacles? Something about growth. Numbers growing, numbers growing. It doesn't have to be numbers, but there's definitely something about you growing, your situation growing exponentially. What you're working hard towards is like moving on a steep arrow upwards. Something is working beautifully for you. And I believe your guides want you to know that this full moon does have a beautiful effect in your life. You've got the Chariot, you see, movement very quickly, you see. Also something about with the police, with justice. Because from the beginning, you've been complaining about how there is injustice in the type of irresponsibility that's going on. So here, this is signifying that you're moving in a new path, you're moving in a new way, maybe in a better direction, this time more a direction full of justice. There's high awareness and alertness of justice, of following the rules, of doing things right. You've got the Four of Wands, Nine of Cups, and let's pull one more card. And the Queen of Wands with boring. So what is your guidance at the moment? I feel like with the Queen of Wands saying boring, Queen of Wands is highly responsible, very powerful. For the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Energy, to say boring, that's definitely against who, it opposes who she usually is, right? So it's a moment of opposition. It's a moment of acting in a way that's not really in alignment with who she is, perhaps to push her towards the direction that aligns more with her. So I feel like your guidance is what's not going right at the moment is not here to discourage you. It's not here to take away from your energy, and it's not here to push you to do something you don't like or do something irresponsibly. This is just a way for you to realign your direction. You used to look at things in one way, maybe it was great for that phase of your life. Now it's time to look in a different way. That new phase requires a new direction, a new way of looking at things. Four of Wands is also a card of leveling up. So there is an upward movement here. It's almost like if we translate it, looking at these cards, onwards and upwards. Onwards and upwards. Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. A Queen of Wands is something being attractive, seen, popular. So I feel like there is something about recognition here in this pile. I don't know what your goal is, but your work, your hard work will be absolutely recognized, admired. You will have so many options. You will win stand out amongst the crowd, and you will have so many people who want to be part of this success. It's almost like you're not looking for the responsible people. You're getting responsible people due to your reputation, kind of thing. Like if this is your job and your job is not responsible, now maybe there's a word of mouth and your work is recognized. Now you have many other companies that want to work with you. For example, that's just an example to translate the energy. But there's definitely an upward movement, and expect things to change day and night. We saw that day and night energy right there over day and night. We also saw it from Wednesday to Thursday. It could represent how it's happening over day and night again. So expect during this full moon for things to change, for energy to change. And as energy changes, things come down, crumbling down. We might go, why? But that's the nature of transformation. That's the nature of the churning of the earth, for example, for the minerals to come out. Don't worry. This is not trying to put down your hard work. It's just trying to push away from you that very energy that you're recognizing, that their time is out. Your path now needs bigger, better energy. And that's changing these days for you. So don't cry, wipe your tears. Really, that the energy is changing these days. You'll be jumping up and down with joy. You'll have the power to preserve what is important for you. You'll work in harmony with others, and you'll be able to put strong boundaries this time with what's not right, with what's irresponsible here. So yeah, my dear pile number 2, your guidance is expect weird things to start happening. This is a spiritual moon, and expect to feel almost elevated. It might, you know how when you are playing, and I want to say the amusement parks, and your carriage suddenly goes up, and that elevation suddenly takes your breath away. That moment where you go, oh, I feel like the shift is so big these days that the elevation will really take your breath. You're gonna go, oh, it's gonna feel almost weird. Like, how can you move upwards so quickly like that? So yeah, your guidance is drop that energy. It's not yours, and focus on your movement to the forward, because that's the only path you're going with great speed. So my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see as what your spirit guides want you to know. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi pile number 3, welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look, at what your spirit guides want you to know. I wanted to divide your reading into 3 parts. One, taking a look at your current situation. Second would be exactly what they want you to know. So just a quick little overview of what this situation is about exactly, then what it is that they want you to know, and towards the end, very quickly, your guidance. So these are the decks that I'll be using for your reading. If you're interested in any of them, please note that I always list their name down in the description box for you. Because a lot of you always ask about what these decks' names are. But very quickly, before we begin, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Carnelian. Your significator card is the Page of Wands. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, in that case, the signs for this pile are Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, and Capricorn. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their pile as well. Follow your intuition. And if after the reading you felt called to also watch the pile with your zodiac sign, you can always do that. Okay, so that will be the main message, what they want you to know, and this will be your guidance. But first, let's take a look at the current situation that they are referring to. What is that situation that you will get more information about today? So you've got Saturn in Leo with generosity. I feel like your guides are referring to about a blessing that you have in your life. I could be wrong because it's the first card, but I get that sense. They're talking about somewhere where you are lucky, somewhere where you feel like you've been given with love. Not sure. Let's wait. So here you've got fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Okay. You've got the Magician. The Nine of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands. The Moon card. The Five of Cups. As well as the Seven of Wands. What is this situation about? I have a feeling with Hille and the Ten of Wands that your guides are pointing towards a situation in your life. That is, you see the half of Hille, the goddess Hille of the underworld. Half of it is super blessed. And half of it with the shadow side here seems like it's disappointing you a little bit. It's making you feel heavy. You know what this reminds me of? It's like having a huge blessing, but having huge responsibilities come with it. For example, the huge blessing could be, oh, I am so blessed. I have the best child in the world. That's the best thing that happened to me. But I feel like this is happening because of it, and this is happening because of it, and I'm tired of that, and I'm facing these things. So do you see what I'm trying to say? I feel like your guides in this reading are pointing towards a huge blessing that you have, but it is also one at the moment that is kind of triggering your shadow. It's causing you to feel greatly challenged and it's causing you to feel greatly disappointed. On the other hand, however, you feel like this is something that you want to keep, that you are so lucky, that you are so blessed in life to have it, that in fact, to have that is like to have magic with the magician. Like sometimes, on the other hand, on this side, sometimes you reflect with the magician going, how did this even happen for me, or was given to me? I feel so blessed and so lucky. So your reading right there is split into two. But if you, no, actually the oracle cards here on this side make it equal. So yeah, on one side you feel so blessed, so happy that you've been given generously. On the other hand, it's triggering your shadow somewhere, and you're feeling, you're experiencing a huge loss in something. Maybe you feel like you're losing vitality, you're losing life, you're losing something other. Your free time, your fun time, I'm not sure what it is, and being greatly challenged. Nonetheless, with the Page of Wands, you are feeling that you are very much excited about it. So it's not on the, like, I don't want to have it. This is like, I am holding on to this. I love it. I see everything. Not sure why you have fair man. For some of you, maybe you are so blessed that you have someone special in your life who's making you feel all these beautiful things. But at the same time, maybe they're causing you a lot of challenges. Could be. What else could this be talking about? Oh, you know how in the US sometimes they say white men are the most privileged of everyone. So perhaps this is referring to you being super privileged to have this great generous thing in your life. Could it be that? Maybe. Please don't come for me with this opinion. It's just something that I hear people say. So all I'm trying to say is, it seems like you recognize that this generous thing that you hold in your hand is a huge power that you're so privileged to have, that it is a wish fulfillment all on its own. Yeah, I think I've explained that part really well. No need to linger anymore. Right, so that is the situation your guides are talking about. Let's see what it is that you are meant to know regarding it, that your spirit guides want you to know regarding it. So you've got the moon in Aquarius with independence. Wow. You've got the goddess Hera, where the goddess of harvest, that you're genuinely going to be given so generously from this independence, that you're going to be given so generously that you're going to be free, or that you're going to be free. Depends on what the rest of the cards are, because something here is making you feel terrible. So you've got, another one, fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. What are the odds, right? What are the odds? It's the same card, just different genders. We'll find out what this is trying to say. Camel, persevere and you will overcome problems, right? Let's take a look at your tarot cards. You've got the World card, the Judgment card, you've got the Devil card, interesting. You've got the Eight of Swords. What is that? Is definitely calling, something's calling you, because Baba Yaga, in the Eight of Swords here, that's the house of Baba Yaga in Slavic mythology, who calls for children. So there's something about calling for others. Calling and capturing, both are there, because Baba Yaga calls out for children, tries to capture them. So there's something about calling and capturing. We'll find out in a moment. You've got 2 more cards here with regards to what you're meant to hear. Calling and capturing. Is it like you're drawing something to you? So you've got the 8 of Wands. Ooh, like you're drawing the magic, you're drawing the energy in, believe it or not. Yes, 8. You are, 8 is a number of transformation, a huge transformation. And I feel like you're drawing that energy to you. You're drawing a certain energy to you. Because look, you've got the same type of card, only different gender. So it makes me feel like you're drawing a type of energy to your world. You're drawing a type of people, maybe. You're drawing a type of something. I really don't know what the situation is here, where you're privileged. But you're drawing a type, maybe audience. You're drawing a type of audience. You're drawing a type of people, drawing a type of friends, drawing a type of energy. Maybe this is the energy of abundance. You're definitely at the moment, spiritually, attracting a type of energy. So that's what I'm seeing. The 3 of Pentacles. Something's working out for you. Let's find out what this is. Very exciting cards, to be honest with you. They're impressive in how they're clearly showing the message of drawing something spiritual to you, making something work right now for you. So what is it working? Let's go back to the situation. The situation is you're not happy because although you're blessed, you are in pain. Yes, I remember now. You're in pain and challenged. And so what could be working out for you? I will tell you one thing I told pile number 2, because you've got the moon and you've got the moon in Aquarius. I know what I'm about to talk about is not the moon in Aquarius, but the full moon here is pointing towards, if you're watching this today, the moon is in Pisces. It's a supermoon. It's a partial lunar eclipse, by the way. So I feel like with this full moon, something is changing. That type of energy today is drawing something to you. Do you see the full moon? Do you see? Spiritually, it is a moon in Pisces, you know. It's drawing some type of energy. Some type of energy to you. And nothing can stop that energy. It's like, that's what's happening here. In fact, Page of Wands is magic. It's energy, right? So it's like what you need to hear right now is that you're guided to work with this full moon today. And if you're watching this reading later, then this is definitely letting you know about working in the next full moon. Working in the next full moon, if that's today, later, a month later, is vital for this situation to work for you. It's like this, if you would know that in 5 minutes there's a shooting star, and if you look at it and you make your wish is going to come true, wouldn't you go out, wait for it, look at that shooting star, make your wish in that moment? You definitely would. So there's something about what we want you to know is that today or in the next full moon, whatever that is to you, if you work with it and you'll be getting the guidance, which is the next part of your reading right now, you can, with the Ouroboros, make something work, connect, and make suffering end. You can use that celestial energy to your favor to capture exactly what you are desiring. That is like there's an alignment of a specific energy, and you are guided to capture that energy. That's why I've got the Magician here as well. Work with that magic. Page of Wands, work with that magic. Page of Wands just reminded me of something. The Page of Wands is an adept who learns, the pages in general. So if you are thinking, but I don't know how to work with moon energy, don't worry. First of all, you're getting your guidance in a moment. Second of all, even if this is the first time that you do that, or you haven't done that before, obviously the guidance here is going to be so easy. It doesn't require an expert to do what you're guided to do today. But there's something about raising your hands to the sky, getting the energy, soaking up the energy of the full moon. Look, there's a dragon. This year is the year of the dragon. It seems somehow this specific lunar eclipse for the people watching this pile is a powerful moment for you. Maybe there's something in your chart. But right now on Earth with the World card, right now where you are, your location, in conjunction to your chart, in conjunction to this year, this moment, today, you are guided to work with this magic. And this magic will help you persevere, overcome quickly these things that you're disappointed about, and will help you manifest something in huge abundance. It's not just like something becoming over. No, there is the energy of you being able to get a specific energy that you want in abundance. That's why today is a very important day for you. Hey guys, I've shot this whole part and then something happened. I found that this part was not shot, so I have to do this part again. But I have the whole idea together. So when it comes to your guidance here about what you're meant to do today, it seems like you are guided to stay in silence. You're not meant to talk much about it, but instead you're meant to experience these emotions. In fact, as you can see here with the Five of Pentacles, you can see that in today's full moon, you can make use of that energy. It's like a veil between what you feel you're lacking here and your fortune. Do you see that? I don't know how much was not, how much of what I was saying didn't appear in the reading. This is the goddess of fortune, the Roman goddess of fortune, Fortuna. So in any case, you are guided here. If you notice, you've got Hecate in the Queen of Wands working with the magic, the Queen of Wands working with magic. While your energy with the Page of Wands is usually quite good, like strong, you're a attractor of what you want, for example, today, or when you're in the next full moon, when you're meant to hear this is when you're meant to apply this energy, your energy will be doubled. It will be much stronger, much potent, because, you know, Hecate is the patron of magic and witchcraft. If you notice, there are three faces here, right? Hecate's faces representing the maiden, the mother, and the crone, of course, as you know. And look, you've got three faces. 1, 2, 3. That's not a coincidence. And so the faces, they represent things like many things, including heaven, earth, underworld, things like that, the trio in spirituality. But it also represents the phases of the moon, the cycles of the moon. In your case, I believe, since there is a huge emphasis on how you feel with the Nine of Swords, your things like your anxiety, your anxiousness, the monsters, or the things you're afraid of, you know, fours are sitting. In fact, the Four of Swords is resting. So it's like sitting down, they're seated, sitting down, not talking, but experiencing the emotions that are heavy that you've been, experiencing lately. Whether this is disappointment, challenges, feeling tired, feeling stressed, feeling scared, feeling anxious, sit down with it and allow it to come. As your emotions are coming out, you're guided to observe them, not to engage with them, just simply observe them, let them be. If they want to stay, if they want to go, and you're guided to go through the whole cycle with the 3 phases. You're guided to start to experience it. You're guided to sit down, especially when it's at its heaviest, and observe. Just observe, because the observing and sitting with it is moving you today or during that time from the phase of lack to the very phase on the other side of fortune. Until you feel like, because you're not engaging with it, you're just simply experiencing it, observing it, sitting down, connecting with the sky, connecting with the moon, just watching it. It will become intense at some point, and then just like the phases of the moon, it will start decreasing. And that's when your session is over. That's when you're guided to move. So if you've got a window and you can see the moon or something today, you're really guided to use that. It's kind of like you know how when there are sales during Black Friday, that is the day where something could be super expensive that you can get it at a fraction of its cost. Like, it's a great deal. So I almost get that energy for you today, that today is a great deal to release a lot of that energy, because that shadow is the very thing, in case you're wondering, but I've got this fortunate thing, why aren't I enjoying it? Or why can't I enjoy it? The answer is, it's your shadow at the moment that is hindering you from enjoying that energy. And the more you release it, the more, with Baba Yaga and all of that energy right there, the more instantly that ether or that space is swapped almost with the right energy. So as the shadow energy is released, the crone, maiden, mother, crone, as that, or the underworld, heaven, earth, underworld, as that is coming out, the energy that you want to attract instantly starts to come into your life. And that's what there's a window here as you release this energy between the energy of lack and the energy of great fortune. I feel like fortune is so waiting, it's outside of your window, but it can't get in kind of energy because of the shadow, because of the karma here. And so it can really help you out with closure today. Don't miss this one, my dear pile number 3. You're meant to hear that. They want you to know that. In fact, generosity is all around you. You can get it all in the more you release your karma. And perhaps maybe your karma has to do with disappointment, or a belief that you're supposed to be challenged, or stress, anxiousness, sadness, whatever it is. Let the emotions experience itself today and just observe it, because today could be a day, believe it or not, that you can wrap something up. And if you're watching this later, you're meant to watch it later. Astrologically, perhaps this works out for you in the next moon. In fact, here, we've got 11, we've got 10. It could be any month. Some of you it's January, some of you it's November, some of you it's October, some of you it's May. Look, your next moon, after you hear this, is the moon you're meant to engage with or use magically in this ritual that your guides keep talking about. Work with it, work with. And it's really interesting how your cards are depicting it as that is being released, and you sit down experiencing it. The Death card is a card of transformation. You sit down until, do you see the release? You sit down until it's released, and you transform in that moment. It could sound crazy now, but really, this is exactly what I'm seeing for you, my dear pile number 3. Try it out. Try it out. And don't worry. Here you can see the spirit that protects souls at night. So you will be protected. It's like, don't worry about it. Of course, always consult your doctor and everything. Always do the right thing. But it is what I'm seeing. This is in no way professional advice of any sort. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing in the cards. Work with that moon until you feel like you've released, because that will be, it's a crazy depiction, but magic works like that. It's the moment that you will be released from this karma and have access to your new one, the good karma. Yeah, work with that magic is what you're meant to hear in today's reading, my dear pile number 3. I wish you the best of luck with that. In fact, this is the pile of Pisces. The full moon is in Pisces today. So that's definitely the energy I'm seeing for this pile. Again, my dear pile number 3, I wish you the best of luck. You can harvest so much because of a few moments. And if you've enjoyed your reading, my dear pile number 3, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.